Right now, two artificial intelligence giants are locked in the most intense technology battle of the decade. On one side, OpenAI's Chat GPT, the platform that started the entire AI revolution back in November 2022. On the other side, Google's Gemini, the challenger that has quietly been stealing market share at an alarming rate. And here is the part most people are missing. The gap between these two platforms has never been closer. Recent data from SimilarWeb's global AI tracker shows that ChatGPT's market share dropped from 86% to roughly 64% in just 12 months. Meanwhile, Gemini surged from around 5% to over 21% in that same period. That is not a minor shift, that is a seismic disruption. So the question everyone keeps asking is simple: which one is actually better right now? Not 6 months ago, not based on hype. Right now, in 2026, which AI model should you actually be using? That is exactly what this video answers. We are breaking down everything from benchmark performance to coding ability, creative writing, research capabilities, pricing, and ecosystem integration. By the end, you will know exactly which model fits your needs. Let us start with the most objective measure we have: benchmark performance. When it comes to hard numbers, both models are operating at an elite level. ChatGPT, now powered by GPT 5.2, scored a perfect 100% on the AIME 2025 math benchmark in its thinking mode. It also pulled an 80% on SWE Bench Verified, which is the industry standard for measuring real-world coding ability. On the GPQA Diamond test, which measures PhD-level knowledge across science and engineering, ChatGPT hit 92.4%. Those are staggering numbers. But here is where things get interesting. Gemini 3 Pro is not far behind. On SWE Bench Verified, Gemini scored between 76 and 78%. On the GPQA Diamond benchmark, it reached 91.9%, which is almost identical to ChatGPT. And on factual accuracy tests like Simple QA Verified, Gemini actually pulled ahead with 72.1%, suggesting that it hallucinates less often on factual and time-sensitive prompts. The takeaway here is that on raw intelligence metrics, the difference between these two models is razor-thin. ChatGPT has a slight edge in structured reasoning and complex math. Gemini has a slight edge in factual grounding and multimodal understanding. But neither model is running away with the competition. Now let us talk about the area where differences become much more obvious. Multimodal capabilities. This is where Gemini was designed to dominate. Unlike ChatGPT, which evolved from a text-only model into a multimodal system over time, Gemini was built from the ground up to process text, images, audio, and video simultaneously. Google DeepMind engineered Gemini as a natively multimodal architecture, meaning it does not rely on separate modules to handle different input types. It processes everything together in a unified system. The practical result is that Gemini handles visual reasoning and spatial tasks at a level ChatGPT still struggles to match. On the Video MMMU benchmark, which tests how well models understand and reason about video content, Gemini 3 scored 87.6%. That is a significant lead. Gemini also features a standout camera integration on mobile. You can point your phone camera at notes, objects, or documents, and Gemini analyzes them right inside the chat window. That feels less like a chatbot and more like a genuine AI assistant embedded in your physical world. ChatGPT has made massive strides with GPT-5, especially in image generation through DALL-E. Its image generation remains best in class for marketing assets and creative visuals. But when it comes to understanding and reasoning across multiple media types in real time, Gemini currently holds the advantage. Let us move to an area where millions of users interact with these tools daily, and that is writing and content creation. ChatGPT has consistently been the preferred tool for writers, marketers, and content creators. Independent testing shows ChatGPT achieving a 4.5 out of 5 readability score compared to Gemini's 4 out of 5. ChatGPT's output feels more natural, more expressive, and more adaptable across different tones and styles. It produces smoother, long-form content with fewer hallucinations in open-ended creative writing tasks. Gemini, on the other hand, excels in structured, factual, and academic-style writing. If you need to summarize a 200-page PDF, analyze a massive dataset, or produce a research brief with clean citations, Gemini's massive context window of up to 2 million tokens gives it a clear structural advantage. That is roughly equivalent to 1,500 pages of text in a single conversation. ChatGPT's context window, while improved, still shows performance degradation at extreme lengths. Testing reveals that ChatGPT maintains around 58% performance at 128,000 tokens, but drops to just 16% at 1 million tokens. So if your work involves processing very long documents or entire codebases, Gemini has a significant edge. If you need creative, engaging, human-sounding prose, ChatGPT is still the better choice. Now here is the section that matters for developers and technical professionals: coding. ChatGPT 5.2 in its thinking mode is currently the strongest AI coding assistant for complex debugging and architectural reasoning. It excels at breaking down multi-step problems, planning code architecture, and handling refactoring across large repositories. Gemini 3 Pro, however, leads on raw coding benchmarks, particularly on SWE Bench Verified, where it scores between 76 and 78%. For web development and full-stack work, many developers report that Gemini produces more contextually aware suggestions that require less debugging. Speed is another factor. In timed tests, Gemini consistently delivers responses faster, completing a source lookup coding test in around 5 seconds compared to ChatGPT's 25 seconds. For rapid prototyping and iterative development, that speed difference adds up quickly over a full workday. One of the biggest differentiators in 2026 is ecosystem integration, and this is where Google has played its strongest card. Gemini is woven directly into Google Workspace. It can pull emails from Gmail, extract data from Google Drive, check routes in Maps, review documents in Docs, and draft messages that sync across your entire Google account. For the billions of people whose digital lives already run through Google's ecosystem, Gemini does not feel like a separate tool. It feels like a native layer of intelligence built into everything you already use. ChatGPT takes a fundamentally different approach. Instead of anchoring itself to one ecosystem, it connects to a broad spectrum of third-party applications through plugins and custom GPTs. You can integrate Dropbox, Slack, Canva, HubSpot, Asana, Notion, and dozens of other tools. If you work across multiple platforms and need maximum flexibility, ChatGPT's open integration model is more versatile. The Microsoft connection is also significant. Through Microsoft Copilot, GPT technology is being embedded into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Teams. So if your organization runs on Microsoft 365, you are already getting ChatGPT-level AI baked into your enterprise workflow. Let us talk about pricing, because both platforms have moved to nearly identical price points. Both offer a free tier and a $20 per month premium subscription. Google sweetens its deal by bundling 2 terabytes of cloud storage with the Gemini Advanced plan, plus occasional promotional offers for Pixel and Chromebook users. ChatGPT Plus focuses purely on AI capabilities without the bundled storage, but provides access to the most powerful models, custom GPT creation, and advanced voice mode. For API users, Gemini 3 Pro is priced at roughly $2 per million input tokens and $12 per million output tokens. GPT 5.2 comes in at approximately $1.75 per million input tokens and $14 per million output tokens. The per-token costs are comparable, but Gemini's efficiency on certain tasks could result in lower total costs depending on your workflow. So after looking at all of this data, here is the honest verdict. There is no single winner, and anyone telling you otherwise is oversimplifying the picture. If you are a writer, marketer, or content creator who needs natural-sounding, engaging prose, ChatGPT is still the better choice. If you work primarily within Google's ecosystem and need seamless integration across Gmail, Docs, Drive, and Maps, Gemini is the clear winner. If you are a developer working on complex architectural problems and need deep reasoning, ChatGPT's thinking mode gives you the edge. If you are a developer who values speed, rapid prototyping, and a massive context window for processing entire code bases, Gemini's 2 million token window and faster response times make it the better tool. If you need the best multimodal understanding across images, video, and real-world objects, Gemini leads. If you need the best image generation capabilities for marketing and social media content, ChatGPT leads. The smartest approach in 2026 is not choosing one or the other. It is knowing which tool to reach for based on the specific task in front of you. Many professionals are now using both platforms side by side, leveraging ChatGPT for creative work and Gemini for research and Google integrated workflows. The AI war between these two companies is driving innovation at an unprecedented pace, and the ultimate winner is you, the user, because both platforms are getting dramatically better, dramatically faster. If you found this breakdown useful, hit the like button and subscribe so you do not miss the next deep dive into the technology reshaping our world.